Welcome to our presentation on user interface designed for games. So we had around 10 or 12 videos before this as part of the user interface design. Here I will shortly introduce the navigational mechanisms that are used for games. Okay, I think it will not be detailed description, just a basic one. I think what are the different navigational mechanisms that games use? Screen oriented, avatar oriented, point and click. What happens in screen oriented? I think when the player moves the joystick controller up, button up, the user or the player avatar, it will move towards the screen, towards the top of the screen. It's just computer screen or console screen oriented implementation. Yeah, and I think in top down and isometric perspectives you can use screen oriented navigation mechanism. You can see top down and isometric 2D two-dimensional side scrolling games can use, and 3D games actually use avatar oriented navigation mechanism. What is avatar oriented navigation mechanism? I think here may be suitable for first person games. If you push the joystick up, it will cause the avatar to move forward in whatever direction she currently faces, regardless of her orientation to the screen. I think her orientation regarding to the screen is irrelevant. It just means whatever way he or she is facing, she will start to going into that direction. What about the point and click? I think here you can point the avatar and move it him. It can be with a multi-present or party-based action model. I think the player will first choose which unit or units should move, and then he will select the destination, and then he will click the destination and the unit will move to that point. Yeah, role-playing game and games like chess, they can use this type of stuff. I think omnipresent multi-present camera model can use this point and click navigation. I think aerial perspective, context sensitive camera model. So this can use this point and click navigation. Okay, come to screen oriented. We think top down and isometric perspective, screen oriented orientation. I think as you told, joystick you move up, the player will go to the top of the towards the top of the screen where you are watching the or playing the game. In top down, the joystick up, down, left or right, what can happen? That avatar will instantly turn and face the corresponding edge of the screen and will start moving to that direction. I think classic arcade games, they use top down perspective such as Gauntlet. Yeah, and in two-dimensional side scrolling games, you can use joystick up to move to the top. You can left the bottom press undefined, and maybe the left right can work as well, like the top down perspective. And the 3D games, I think as you told, that it usually implement avatar oriented. Yeah, and avatar oriented, I think it can be joystick and D-pad control based thing. I think this type of devices and the corresponding control mechanism and the navigation mechanism, they are just relevant to each other. So the mouse based control, it's also avatar based, and also I think you can use avatar oriented navigation mechanism for flying an aircraft, fixed wing aircraft, helicopters or something like that. Yeah, or maybe I think you can think about how you can use the different joysticks and different input devices. I think you can assign different moves for flying and for fixed wing aircraft flying, helicopters flying. Yeah, you can assign those orientation or navigation mechanism. I think we are just one step left for this user interface design. I think you can also offer customization for your player. Maybe you can swap left and right mouse buttons. What does it mean? Maybe your game implements some sort of actions for the left mouse button, or some sort of actions for the right mouse button. So what can you do by swapping? Maybe a right-handed person can come and he will want the functionality to be swapped, so you may give some options for customization. And also you can swap up and down directions in mouse or joystick based games. I think some players like to push the mouse or joystick up to make their avatar look up. Other people like to pull it down to look up. So let the player play as she prefers. So give them the option to swap this. And summary, I think a smooth and intuitive user interface improves the player's perception of the game. After the game has been played, I think it's the user interface that makes the most talk. Irrespective of the other great features, I think it's the user interface that contributes a lot to the satisfaction or frustration for the game. And that's it. Have a good day. Bye.